Good day, everybody. This is Yin Yang on Morsels of a Thought number 1875. I apologize to those who have been waiting for a few minutes. It's been more than a few minutes. It's been at least 15 minutes, I believe. I'm not sure, but it's been some time. Anyway, I will see. I will find out. When I finish, I'll know what time I had started because I usually make this show a certain amount of time. Now, knowing the right things to do is a form of wisdom, and then actually doing them is a form of virtue. Now, other people know what the right things to do are when they have been through experiences in their lives. Now, they become wise through life experiences, and so do we. But when we want to do something and we get an easy shortcut, it's because we've got mentors or we've got people who have done the right thing and told us what to do or somehow shown us what to do. Now, we have a lot of people with a lot of life experiences, such as the Ellen Fein and Sherrie Schneider, the authors of The Rules, time tested secrets for capturing the heart of Mr. Right. And then there are Not Your Mother's Rules, the new secrets for dating now with their daughters, too. Ellen Fine and Sherrie Schneider, co authors, mavens, superwomen about dating. The Rules Handbook came out recently because the authors discovered that when people were reporting how they were doing the rules, that they started expanding the concepts on almost everybody that they met. They wouldn't leave too much of themselves there because you don't want somebody to want less of you. You want to leave them wanting more. So there is a whole theory in here that it's a philosophy to make somebody chase you so that they have the gratification of pinning you down for a date. And then when you're there, they're finding you very, very easy to be with. So I'm reading to you what they have said through their life experiences in the rules book. The Rules Handbook is a guide to creating loving and lasting relationships by co-authors Ellen Fine and Sherrie Schneider, New York Times best-selling authors of the rules. Now, I'm going to read to you from the Rules Handbook. We have been reading the Rules Handbook every day as well on Instagram, which I plan to move over to Substack and YouTube. I am also here on Facebook and YouTube, and I'm planning to stick to YouTube. Now, I haven't decided when, but it will be in the foreseeable future. Now, on Substack, my name is Ying Yang 31. It is Ying Yang 31. I guess I must have been the 32nd person to find it. And then on YouTube, I saved my email name, which is Ying Orange 99. So if you look for me on YouTube, you'd have to go through the three words into one word, Ying, which is my name, orange, which is a fruit, 99, numeral nine, two numerals. So it's all one word, Ying Orange 99. All right, so let's go back to the week 2. Focus on the inner you. Okay, so in this Rules Weekly pep talk, this week, the authors have said to try to focus on becoming more confident and charming when practicing the rules. Let go and forgive your parents, how you grew up, how you feel, or what you did last week, last night, or even 5 minutes ago, so you can grow and change and empower your higher self. Let's say you called a guy and you are so embarrassed after getting off the phone because somehow he sees right through you and knows you like him. It is so embarrassing. I'll tell you, you feel like jumping in a river and smothering yourself. Oh my God. That was me when I was 18. Okay. It doesn't matter if you had a difficult childhood with a cheating father or a critical mother, or if you texted your ex boyfriend 10 times yesterday to get back together. Choose a different response and don't text him for the rest of the day. It's time to stop empowering the victim inside you and energize the heroine HERO, hero, INE, in, heroine, 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 hero woman, hero, woman hero, heroine. Heal and release the damaged and desperate parts of you and start to enhance the confident and charming traits inside you. Don't fall into despair or think you're doomed based on your track record. Get back up and keep trying and transforming yourself. And I almost saw the word as frying. Sorry. Look for empowered role models around you or throughout the world of whom you want to be more like. Write down all the character traits you admire and paint a picture of who you want to become. This is called top down thinking. And emulate confident and self focused people who are living their best lives, and the world will revolve around you, not others. Believe anything you envision is possible, and that you are happy, healthy, and living your best life. Now, do you see that this is life advice, good life advice? This is really, really probably the most important one of the most important parts you'll find in this book is this paragraph. I will do it again. Okay. Look for empowered role models around you or throughout the world of whom you want to be more like. Write down all the character traits you admire and paint a picture of whom you want to become. Emulate confident. You want to become who? Of who you want to become. Emulate confident and self focused people who are living their best lives, and the world will revolve around you, not others. Believe anything you envision is possible and that you are happy, healthy, and living your best life. Now, be realistic too, so that when you are actually visualizing something, it's a realistic goal. Don't say, I'm going to run 10 miles today when I haven't exercised for a whole year. Do something that's a step above what you've done yesterday. A step, not 10 miles. Do not 10 miles above, in other words, figuratively speaking, but something above. I mean, let's say you do run 20 miles every other day. I mean, that's different. Okay. But when you're talking about improving on your higher self, then you are going to do a little more each day, a smidgen better, even a smidgen better, or the same is good. Whereas in Chinese, we call it 退步, which means slipping backwards. No, we don't want to do that. Not too much, anyway. We want a general forward trend. And healing in surgery, for example, if you've had an operation, or if you're recovering from something, and then today you don't feel quite as good as you felt yesterday, you feel like you're slipping, don't worry about it. You're looking for a general upward trend. Okay. Focus on the inner you. Daily rules, higher versus lower self. Life can be a continuing battle of wits between your higher self and lower self. We're reading from the Rules Handbook, a guide to creating loving and lasting relationships. I'm simply reading to you what these wise people have to say through their life experiences so that we receive a form of wisdom. Knowing the right thing to do is a form of wisdom. And then doing it, hopefully, that we learn how to do it, means we create virtue. Okay, whether it's eating healthy food versus junk food, exercising or being a couch potato, or dating with self control and confidence versus doing whatever you feel like, life can be a continuing battle of wits between your higher self and lower self. How do you motivate yourself and choose to empower your higher self? Do you want long term satisfaction, a ring and a wedding date with a man who is crazy about you, or short term gratification, a hookup or whirlwind courtship that fizzles out? Do you want to have fun now or later? The rules are not just about the here and now, they're about happily ever after. Perfectionism. Are you a perfectionist? Are you waiting months or years to take just the right photos before posting your online profile? Yeah. Perfectionism leads to procrastination and analysis paralysis. Anything worth doing is worth doing imperfectly right now. Perfectionism is really avoidance and a fear of rejection. Yes, there will be times when you will get rejected. That's life. But don't take anything personally. Be wise with what dating apps and social events you choose so you meet someone of quality and good character, but never avoid putting yourself out there. Are you posting a headshot and body shot and a brief profile such as Pretty Trainer 26? When I'm not working, I like to ski and watch the news. On the way to the gym, your profile should be light and breezy. Don't post 20 photos and tell your entire life story so there is no mystery about who you are. Better to try and fail once in a while with less than not try at all or try way too hard. Now, this is something that's interesting how they make a comment about perfectionism is really avoidance and a fear of rejection. In other words, you're like, oh, I can't do it right now. Well, yes, there will be times. There will be times when you will get rejected. That's life, but don't take anything personally. Now, there was a woman who cut in line in front of me at the pharmacy, and I said, ma'am, there's a line here. Did you wait in line? And then she said, do I look like I was, such and such? She was of German descent, of accent, had a German accent. And another woman of German descent, or somebody with a German accent in the back of the line said, she was she was polite to you. You don't need to be rude to her. She was very polite to you. We don't know you personally. We don't know you personally. So she was basically saying, hey, don't you be a fucking racist. That's sorry. Check mark with this tape. Okay, but don't you be a fucking racist or anything. Don't take it personally. She was trying to say to me and to the whole line, we can't take anything personally. And to that woman, she was trying to say, we don't know you personally, so we can't judge based on anything about you. So basically, the woman was trying to say, I was yellow, she was white. And she was trying to say, do I look like, in other words, don't I look white enough to you to stand in front of the line? Do you? That's the message I got that came across. But the woman behind us, who is also of German descent, said, she was polite to you. We don't know you personally. Ooh, she got her. Psst. Okay, this tape has become a check mark. Da-da. Inner beauty. Okay. Now, I I'll tell you again what we're doing. We're reading from Morsels of Thought of Wisdom, The Rules Handbook by Ellen Fein and Sherrie Schneider. I know that they are such wonderful women. They bring a lot of peace to the world because what they have done is made it so much nicer for women to date in this American world and in 26 other languages too. They have their book translated into different countries, different languages. There are rules. What do you call them? Coaches in Japan. They are in people, clients in Sweden, Colombia, Florida. I mean, everywhere. These women have made it really good for women. They said, hey, look, calm down. Let him chase you. Calm down. Choose from the people that have chosen you. So get out there, show yourself, and let them all choose you. Now you've got a whole ring of men in a whole corral, cor, uh, yeah, corral of men. Those men that have chosen you are the ones you get to choose from. You don't get to go choose first because the women that choose first don't have a clue whether the guy would have chosen them. So you wait until they have chosen you. It's not a passive behavior, it is an active philosophy, an active behavior, an active action. You go out there, it's a deliberate action, and you go out there and you let them choose you. You just, be yourself, happy, light and breezy, smiling at the universe, the authors say, busy and happy, minding your own business, being yourself. And then they come and chase you, and you go, oh, okay, this one's ugly. Oh my God. And then you look, and finally, there's one you go, oh God, don't tell him. Oh, my heart, be still, my beating heart. And there are a few, and you go, oh, I like all three of them. Wait until they chase you. Let them chase you. The one that chases you the hardest is the one you would probably like the best, because you would like to choose him, because the more he chases you, the more you know he loves you. And then the more he loves you, the better your marriage can be in the future. So that's what we're doing. Okay, I'm not very wise. I would not have done that. My mom told me to, but I didn't do it. So the authors that say, hey, look, do this, try it, see if you like it. Boy, did I like it. I got married on it once. But you got to remember, the ones that chase you, you've got to choose carefully too. You've got to choose them from your set of moral and visual standards. I mean, what do I mean visual, literal standards. It doesn't have to be visual. He doesn't have to be candy to the eye if you don't care about that. But I have said before that I used to rank things up to 10. So 10 out of 10 being Mr. Perfect all everywhere, and 0 out of 10 being you go, okay, I wonder if he's a 5, if he's a 7. Oh, that one's a 3. Ew. You just choose from the men who choose you. Okay. Inner beauty. An average looking, confident person will attract a partner faster than an attractive person who is insecure. Because if I walk along and I'm like, God damn, my dress is terrible. Oh my God. Oh my God. Did I put my makeup on right? Shit, I forgot to put on lipstick. Oh my God damn. If you're walking around insecure like that, they can see your face. People can see your face. It's like you don't want to pick your nose in public. You don't you don't want to show that in public. So an average looking, confident person, confidence always looks good, will attract a partner faster than an attractive person who is insecure. That is such a key thing in this book. Yet another piece of wisdom here. Who doesn't love a person with confidence? What person isn't looking for a partner with a sense of security and self worth, higher self? And who wants the opposite kind of person who is clingy and desperate, lower self? Confidence is good character and inner beauty. So try to spend some time every day, even 15 minutes, on nurturing your inside beauty, just as you do to your outer beauty. Exercise your brain, not just your body. Read anything that lifts your spirit and sense of self-worth, and reminds you that you are a creature unlike any other whom anyone would be lucky to date, marry, or hang out with. Exclamation point. Inner work. In every relationship, it is most effective to focus on our own inner work. Too many people invest all their energy doing too much outer physical work. They take the lead in a relationship by planning dates, driving, splitting the check, doing chores, and even buying gifts. They're exhausted, broke, and get little or nothing in return for so much external effort. A key rule is to invest your time and energy into yourself, which will empower you and make you more attractive. You will have little energy left to take the reins, call, text, plan dates, drive, or pay. Inner work leads to self restraint, which yields the biggest payoff: courtship. Letting men take the lead in the dating and marriage dance. will help you become more energized and desirable. It is far more attractive for a woman to receive than pursue. This is a form of ancient wisdom that's written on stone. The authors have even said the rules are written in stone. And the thing is that men are biologically different from women. That is what these authors are telling you. They tell you this. They say women are different from men in that we like certain things certain ways, and men, they like certain things certain ways, and one of them happens to be the pursuit. So if we do right for ourselves and capture a man that really we let them capture us, then we've created some virtue in the world because we've made things happier for ourselves. And when we're happier for ourselves, we can help the world better. We bring more value to humankind. That's my goal in this show. Project confidence, these authors are saying. If you are not naturally confident, the authors say, doubting your thoughts, your decisions, what you say, what you wear, whom you date, we have good news for you. You don't have to be born with confidence. You can gain it by practicing the rules handbook and having role models. Think of anyone you know who is naturally confident, the popular girl from high school, college, work, or a celebrity who is a natural rules girl that radiates beauty and self-esteem. Study how confident people walk into a room, talk, smile, laugh, and end conversations. Do not hesitate to emulate and learn from them. You don't have to act inauthentically or to be fake, but enhance your own inner and outer beauty. Now, I was at a Regent Scholarship luncheon in my very young 18-year-old days. And there was a man who was a college student. He was a junior. He came wearing a suit and sat down, and he was a Regent Scholar trying to be a little mentor. And we talked and chatted a little, and he asked me a few questions. And I was very passive at the time. And the gentleman finished talking to all of us in his world. And then he said, "Excuse me." And he got up and left. And I thought he was going to come back, and he never did. So that's interesting, wasn't it? He said, "Excuse me." That was a good way to end a conversation, right? Okay. Childhood challenges. You don't have to have had a healthy childhood to follow the rules, good or bad. Your formative years don't have to define you. Don't think you are at a disadvantage with dating because of your dysfunctional or traumatic upbringing. You can heal those issues in therapy or possibly in private rules consultations with us or one of our trained rules coaches. Heal, forgive, and finally let go. But when it comes to dating, don't overshare. Be self controlled instead of reactive and show the most empowered parts of you. Don't tell a first date about how your prom date stood you up or the long list of dramas in your life. This unhealthy sharing is motivated by you wanting to feel understood and seen. But th- this unhealthy sharing is motivated by you wanting to feel understood and seen, but it is actually inappropriate in the first few months of dating. Transparency rated. Transparency is overrated. Transparency is overrated. Eventually, the person will know everything about you. So, sorry about those two interruptions just then. This has been the Rules Handbook. That was that was week 2, and we are going to see you for the rules every Tuesday and Thursday, either on YouTube or Substack, or currently on Facebook as well. And then I'm going to go over to do my Instagram show, which I will also bring to one of those other two. Okay, old Kinderheck. Bye bye.